John Zakara and Lulu Spencer were last seen stealing a city official's car at gunpoint outside the police precinct in Port Charles. Zakara was under arrest for the murder of Logan Hayes. A reward of $100,000 has been offered for any information leading to Zakara's capture and arrest.
The Port Charles police have no clue we're in Manhattan. We've got a safe place to stay, a relatively plausible cover story, and hey, we don't need to sneak away to the Zakara garden shed for some privacy.
That's the best part.
No!
What is wrong?
Where's the...
What's wrong?
My parents used to always tell me these exciting stories about being on the run, and it seemed like it was going to be a rite of passage for every Spencer, and here I am. Nervous wreck.
You're doing great.
Except for all my panic attacks.
No, you're braver than I am. You're the one that went out and stocked up on food and supplies while I stayed here in this apartment safe and sound.
I just wish that I could relax.
Just try to act natural.
Right, Joe and Linda from Chicago.
Yeah, two ordinary people. Hanging out. In my dead piano teacher's apartment.
I just thought of something. What if your dad remembers that you had lessons from Professor Siegel and he tracks us down?
Oh, my mother took care of all the lessons. My father never even thought about things like that. It'll never cross his mind that we're here, okay? We made a clean getaway. Soundlord has bought our cover story. We got nothing to worry about.
Right.
John Zakara is the son of the reputed mob boss Anthony Zakara and should be considered armed and dangerous.
Lourdes! What are you yelling about?
It was a funny commercial, but it's over. You missed it.
Que tú estás loca. You almost gave me a heart attack here. I thought you had a psycho coming out of the closet or something. Niña, estás loca.
Okay? Come on, just copy my notes one after
I have to be the world's slowest learner.
Oh, you're doing great.
No, I'm not. You're just saying that to keep me distracted.
You've almost got it. Let's try it one more time, okay? Good. That wasn't that bad, was it? Hey, stick with me. You'll be playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Oh, good.
Joe, it's me.
Relax. Hi.
Hi, I was wondering if you could give me another lesson.
Already? Sweetie, you already had your lesson this morning.
I haven't practiced since Professor Siegel died, and I'd like to catch up. But if it's a bad time...
No, it's fine. Have a seat. We'll pick up where we left off this morning.
Great. So, where did you study in Chicago?
I don't know.
I studied at the Sherwood Music Conservatory.
Yeah, sounds fancy.
I liked it all right. The professors were okay, but I always liked Professor Siegel the best.
So, did you go to any concerts when you were living in Chicago?
Yeah, my mother would take me to this place called Nichols Hall to hear chamber music.
So, wait, no rock or blues?
I did the club scene every once in a while. Is this a piano lesson or an interview?
Sorry. I really think you're an interesting guy.
No, actually, I'm pretty ordinary.
Ordinary people live in the same neighborhood most of their lives, like yours truly. But here you are, showing up out of nowhere at Professor's apartment, like you dropped out of the sky or something.
Linda's family didn't really approve of her moving to New York.
I thought you said Linda got accepted to NYU.
I did.
She also got accepted to Northwestern.
Where my mom went, they wanted me to stay close to home, but Joe and I wanted our freedom.
So it's kind of like you ran away.
Lourdes, are you in there?
Hi.
Hey, Linda, how are you? I got your note about taking another lesson.
Huh? Joe's a great teacher.
Look, Mija, I'm really glad you're into it, but I can only afford to pay for one lesson a week, so...
Yeah, I'd be able to afford a lot more music lessons if the Zakaras didn't kill Dad.
Lourdes!
So sorry that you lost your father.
I had no idea that he'd been murdered.
Father used to own a diner by the docks. He was an honest businessman trying to make a living. But then the Zakharas took over that part of town and they forced him to pay protection money and turn a blind eye to their late-night warehouse activities. Our father refused. And 3 days later, he was killed in a car accident. Nobody could prove anything. And they told me to keep my mouth shut or I'd end up just like him.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry. Me too. Those cars are pigs, bleeding people for their money, and if you stand up to them, you die. You know, someday, somebody's gonna wipe them all out like they deserve.